Histrionics or actually a legitimate cause to be concerned right now?
Actually, I think it's a bit of both. If we talk about histrionics, these whole negotiations are just came out of the blue, and it's very difficult to understand why Russia tabled them just now. Just to take viewers a little bit back to where this all started. This all started in December, when the Russian government sent the United States a draft treaty on how they would like to see the security of Europe completely redrawn. Now, when you have treaties, normally there are negotiations that happen before the treaty, and both parties agree to something that's going to be in this treaty. So they started something, negotiating something in reverse, as if there was a problem, which of course there are ongoing problems, there have been, but this has come out of the blue for no particular reason. Second part of what I would call the histrionics is Russia knows perfectly well that under present circumstances, it is impossible for Ukraine to join NATO. The simple reason that one of the conditions for a country to join the alliance is that there should be no territorial disputes. And that is written very carefully, very clearly in NATO's enlargement documents. Because Putin has annexed Crimea, because he has invaded the Donbass, there is a territorial dispute in Ukraine. So Putin himself has created the conditions which would make it very, very difficult for the alliance to admit Ukraine. And Putin knows this. So his waving this big red flag of, oh my God, Ukraine's about to join NATO, we've got to go and defend ourselves. This is again more histrionics from the part of Putin. However, should we be afraid? Are there reasons to be worried and to think that there will be an invasion of Ukraine? Well, I think that what we've seen from Russia in the last few weeks has been a kind of bad faith that is really reminiscent of the Cold War, and even in some of the worst moments of the Cold War. And I'll just give you two examples from last week's press conference in Geneva after meeting between Secretary of State Blinken and Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. Sergei Lavrov said, Russia does not consider Ukraine to be in its sphere of influence. A few months ago, Vladimir Putin published a 17-page article in which he says, we consider Ukraine to be, really Ukraine should be part of Russia and should be part of the Russian family. Now, if that's not a sphere of influence, I don't know what is. Secondly, Foreign Minister Lavrov said that Russia respects the idea that each country should be free to determine its security arrangements, only if it is not at the expense of other countries' security. That's exactly what Russia's doing. Russia is saying that it needs to secure itself from potential NATO expansion to Ukraine by threatening an invasion. Bad faith and lies.